Welcome back. You're still tuned into Power Breakfast. Well, earnings season begins as IT bellwether TCS gets set to report its second quarter numbers later today. Reema joins us with the key expectations. Reema, what are the key factors that you'll be watching out for?
Well, Q2 numbers for TCS is likely to be muted, a continuation of the weakness that we saw in the prior two quarters. If you remember, in the July to September period, it's not that the US macro situation improved. The good thing is that at least it's not deteriorated further. So we're working with a dollar revenue growth of 0.75%, a constant currency revenue growth of 0.8% in the current quarter. But the focus is going to be more on signs, on commentary. If the worst of the demand deterioration is behind the industry, if there are green shoots, is demand picking up, is discretionary spending coming back? Can there be some recovery in the second half of the year, or is it only going to take place in FY25? So this Q2 commentary will either fuel or quell hopes of an FY25 recovery. Now, stocks have run up across the board. And this has been on the back of very strong deal wins. If you remember, TCS itself had announced a large £800 million deal with JLR, and even towards the end of June, they had announced a large £840 million deal with the Nest Group. So these large deal wins, will show up in the TCV number, the total contract value. Now, according to Kotak, the TCV, the deal wins for TCS, could be at $12 billion, which is much higher than the average. The company has been guiding for $7 to $9 billion of deal wins, but this time it's going to be a lot higher. In terms of margins, largely stable, a little bit of a pickup because in Q1 margins came down due to wage hikes. So there will be that margin recovery, though the margin recovery is not going to be too much. 50 basis points is what the CNBC-TV18 poll throws up. PAT up nearly 1%. What will the street watch? As I said, commentary. Two, K. Kritivasan earlier this, in last few months has announced a new reorganization, restructuring, the first one under him. So we'll be watching for any changes in strategy given the organization restructuring. And the third one will be on the buyback because the board, along with numbers, will be considering a buyback. This will be TCS's fifth buyback, and the street is expecting a buyback size of 80 to 20,000 crore roughly. Back to you.
Okay, all right. In fact, the management of TCS will hold a press conference to discuss their second quarter numbers at 5:30 p.m. later today. Stay tuned on CNBC-TV18 for all the analysis and the management commentary. With that, we'll slip into another break and we'll get you the latest updates on the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas. Stay tuned for that.